my first question was going to be to you, one, about how seriously you have been taking this situation for some time, and what your thoughts were about how people maybe, had we started a little sooner, how we could have avoided some of the madness that we find ourselves in now.
I mean, it's two separate things. The way I live my life, and wearing masks and doing what I've been doing for 17 years is just what I've done, because very influenced from working a lot in Japan. That's where I got a lot of that from, I would say, about the mask and the hygiene. That was just something I just threw in there. But the starting of wearing the mask came from Tokyo. Yeah. And when working there, I mean, what can I say? We can't live in regret of we should have done this, we should have done that. We are where we are right now. We have to do the best to save lives and not lose any more people, and to try to find something that can medically, that can either the vaccine quick. I mean, it's going to take time. Yeah. So something that in the interim that can heal us and protect us from this until they have a proper vaccine. Yeah.
The show that you worked on for some time, Making the Cut, has just been released.
It seems so weird to talk about this show with all that's going on.
Yeah.
It really does. It's it's like, let me take this down, everyone. I just feel like it's not that it's super, but I don't know. I don't know.
No, I do. I totally understand.
Something we did last year that we didn't know, but I had a lot of fun. Oh God, I'm so terrible at these things. I am not technical, I tell you. But I tell you what, I am loving. I'm enjoying cleaning my own house.
Yeah.
Coronavirus. I don't know if that's any better, but
yeah, it's better. That's better.
I just feel like.
But I totally understand. I was talking to Tim Gunn this morning, and we had a real moment of like this show, and I totally understand what you're saying with all of the seriousness that is happening in our lives. That this disease, this virus, has wrecked our experiences of each other for some and may for some time, but that this show is a breath kind of fresh air for a lot of people. You know what I mean? That it will be an opportunity to connect with people around the world in this kind of collective viewing of this show. And so I imagine that you were very proud of it, because I remember a time you and I talked about how you would never return to reality TV.
True, I said that.
I guess
I don't feel the pressure because I'm just a consulting producer and it's more Tim and Heidi. But it doesn't stop me from being my authentic self. That, whether the camera is rolling or not, I'm going to say what I say. Next generation, to not just sit there and critique. I want to and registered, and I'm looking for that, and have changed, and so those are all elements to me that direction is very important, leadership is very important. And
Tim said to me that he felt like when he finally got with all of the designers in one space, he walked through some of their first designs, their first challenge, and he felt like he was standing in the midst of quite potentially the next big fashion. Did you saw some of those looks walk down those runways when you saw some of that work that they created?
I do. I mean, I did, and I know we will be hearing from.
Yeah.
They're from different parts of the world, yes, but we will be. I don't know, Belgium.
I feel like you have been one of those people who has always taken your light to shine it on other in Europe. I've seen how you've moved through various countries and Africa to spotlight the incredible talent that is around the world. This show brought designers from every corner of the planet to come together and create. And it feels like in a time where we all want to be coming together in a number of ways.
But that's one of the things that attracted me to saying yes to being part of this show, is that, as you know, I care very much about the African continent, and that this is something that includes them, and they have an opportunity to come onto this show and hopefully in season 2, because it takes time for people to get to know about it, and that they'll be able to come on and put their application forward and get in there. And I already have 12 babies now under the Gucci scholarship from Africa, from different parts of North, East, South, and West Africa. So we need to share.
Yeah. I feel
we
like
need to embrace, and we need to share.
I feel like now more than ever, the desire to be connected, the need to be connected, because we can't literally connect right now in this time of like global quarantine.
It's so, a very important thing is touch. And we have to learn this lesson, why this is happening. It's not just we are isolated. We are isolated, but use this time to really soul search, reflect why we cannot come out of this the same way. We mustn't come out the same way.
Agreed. How have you been spending your time? And I know I shared with Wayne Brady yesterday this Hawaiian practice of ho'oponopono, which is like acceptance, radical acceptance of your life and everything in it, taking responsibility for one's actions and how we affect other people. How have you spent some of your time in that personal reflection?
I'm in recovery, and my thing today said to me to just take self-inventory. Self-inventory. That's admitting to all that's,
Yeah.
So that's like sitting there for a good few hours. And no, I keep myself busy, but I keep my head in check.
Yeah, because that's the part about the bit of the virus. Mind, though, we have to be constantly checking in.
But we are in fear. Of course we're in fear. I mean, we have something that we're not clear of it. We're learning about what this beast is. What is this thing? We're learning about it. And we can't learn about it. We have to learn about it like we learn about anything else. But right now, it's at the forefront of all our minds. But, I read something today that was really helpful to me about this, and just how it lives in terms of facts and how we have to break it down and why. And so, we're learning every day.
Every day.
And we just have to be grateful to God for the doctors, for the nurses, for the ER workers, for the people in the hotels that are giving the hotels, the people that are working in the hospitals that are risking their lives every day. God bless you. That's where we gotta think about them. The delivery people that are still delivering, even though they're sick, because they know people want to get their things, and no, those people are the heroes.
Yeah, I was watching today this woman. She's an ER nurse, and she was walking to her car, and her entire neighborhood stood outside and just clapped and finally maybe even some appreciation, just a little bit of love.
Or recognition for what she does.
Yeah.
Because so often, we've always heard nurses, teachers, people in public service don't get recognized for what they do.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But
okay, before you go, I just want to show you. Because we don't get to see you very often. So, and I'm promising.
I don't appear often in a sense. If I don't have anything to promote, I'm not coming. But you know what? The truth is, you could have come to Africa if you wanted. I do a Rise Fashion Week, which I would have been doing now. And you're very welcome to come to Nigeria.
I will.
With the young Nigerian designers. Actually, not just Nigerian designers. It's the Rise Fashion Week, which I now partnered with Nduka. And we have all designers from all over the 54 countries of Africa. So it's a really fun experience. So we're hoping for postponed.
Are you inviting me? Because when you do this again, I would love to come.
Okay, so I've invited you.
Sweet.
You and your camera.
I will be there.
I want you to show what these lovely young people in Africa are doing. So
yeah, I want to show you just a couple of our favorite moments of you, and if you can remember anything about the night, the time, you tell me. Okay, we'll keep it quick. I promise. Okay, here's the first one.
Ooh. I'm in a Versace dress, I know. It's definitely, I think it's about 91. I'd say that was 1991.
1991? Met Gala.
Was it Met Gala? Okay.
Yeah, 1990, Met Gala.
1990. Okay, so.
Isn't that crazy?
I was going off my hairdo, actually.
Based on the hairdo. Okay, what about this one?
That was 2 years ago. 2 years ago in Milan, the 20th anniversary of the loss of Gianni Versace.
Yeah, I mean, and not only remembering him, but also a stake in the ground for supermodels that he helped launch, that he helped solidify, in not only this industry, but like,
listen, Gianni Versace,
culture.
People say to me, I'm like, you don't know fashion shows, honey. We used to have the design, the rockers, Lenny, Prince, In Excess, The Police, Bon Jovi, playing as we walked.
Isn't that crazy? I mean, like you said, you don't know a fashion show.
I'll just be like.
Okay, what about this one?
That was at Princess Eugenie and Jack's wedding last October in London. I
mean, just so chic. You don't ever, and I know this should go without saying, but you never miss a step. You every time. Like this in case in point.
That was the CFDA Awards 2 years ago when I received my Icon Award.
Icon Award. Now, when they called you,
oh my goodness, dressed by Raf Simons. Oh, my little dog broke.
Oh no!
We got my. It's okay. It's all good. Not real.
Okay, so you said you were Raf Simons dressed you for the Icon?
Yeah, that was Raf Simons. Yeah, Raf Simons for Calvin Klein.
Okay, we're going back. Don't roll your eyes. Don't roll your eyes.
This was a show at, I want to say, Blenheim Palace. It was the show of jewelry. That was, we were wearing Versace, but the actual show was a show of, it was about diamonds. And I remember I was wearing Lawrence Graff's diamond, and it's the only diamond I would wear because all the other diamonds were conflicted. And I could not work or wear a diamond from the Oppenheimer family at the time. So I only could wear Lawrence Graff. So I'm wearing Lawrence Graff in that picture.
With Kate Moss. Jeez.
Yes, with Kate Moss.
And then, I mean, come on.
My daughter.
Come on.
That's my daughter in September 2019 at Fashion Free Leaf. Isn't she just stunning?
I mean, this is just like, it is next level. Next level. What do you remember about this night?
Well, it was very nerve-wracking. I flew in from China the day before and, you know, didn't sleep all night. We just wanted to go through everything at the British Museum. It was such an incredible historical landmark place. So grateful and gracious of them to give it to us. And, you know, a dude was flying in. I know she was exhausted. But it was just so wonderful to have Fashion for Relief back in England and be supported by the British Fashion Council. And a winter showed up. And it was just very, just for me, it was what I loved the most was the kids that were sending messages, leaving their home, going to the British Museum dressed up. The diaspora made me so proud. I was just like,
yeah, I know exactly what you mean. And then lastly,
this was Oscar night. I'm wearing a Alexander McQueen dress.
Yeah.
Alexander McQueen. And I guess that was in early 2000s.
Yeah, 2004. I mean, come on. We could have showed you 100 more photos. It was really quite a thing to look back at that time. But I think about, to be honest with you, I think about this show and how you're gonna have, you talked about 3 or 4 that you can think of right now, 3 or 4 designers whose lives are going to change as a result of being associated with it.
Right. So, I mean, it's all in the work.
Yeah. It has been such a pleasure. I do thank you.